video is about some of the things that a narcissist does to try and get attention, because at this point we know that a narcissist loves nothing more than to be adored and just praised and worshipped. And all of this is a facade, because they don't merit any praise that they get. Everything with the narcissist is a fraud and a lie. So the person that you end up praising and appreciating is not the real person. This is just a curated version of what this narcissist wants you to see. So to make sure that they keep getting this never-ending praise and attention that they like, they're going to have a few things that they do. And as I'd mentioned in a previous video, narcissism exists on a spectrum, and there are different types of narcissists. So obviously some narcissists won't tick all of these requirements, and also I think male narcissists and female narcissists are a bit different. So on that note, I should probably elaborate on this in the future, but for now, it's also important to understand that just because someone shows off one or two of these signs, it doesn't immediately doom them to being a narcissist. They have to exhibit all these signs and pass a narcissistic personality disorder test. Otherwise, they just have narcissistic tendencies or characteristics, and they aren't actually full-blown narcissists. So it's important to know these things, because you won't be caught off guard and start wondering why an adult is acting like a 5-year-old, why a 40-year-old female is insisting on talking in a baby-like voice, or an extremely anime level tone of feminine voice. They are strange people. So anyway, these are some of the signs, and there are 1, 2. Yeah, I have 9 signs that 9 things that narcissists do to get attention. I've drawn this out for so long, so starting at minute 3. The first thing that a narcissist is going to do to get attention is to exaggerate, boast, and just tell outright lies. So they will embellish the truth. If something happened or they were in a certain situation, they're going to make it look like they did so much more, or a lot more happened to them, and all of this is going to be in a bid to try and make them look greater, smarter, better. It's going to try to paint them in a better image than they know that they presented at the time. And this is it's something I noticed. A narcissist is going to love telling stories that they have room to add untruths to. So there will be 1 or 2 or 3 maximum stories that a narcissist will love to tell whenever they are in a mixed setting, I mean a social setting, because they can adjust this story to show that they were extremely brave, or they put themselves at a high amount of risk and stuff like that. And another thing that a narcissist is going to do is that they're going to be fishing for compliments practically all the time. This is something that most female influencers, or whatever their name is on social media, okay, not most of them, I think some of them that I've seen are actually decent people, but some of them fish for compliments. So they're going to be saying things like, I tried to curl my hair, for example. I tried to curl my hair, but it came out all wrong. I don't think the curls are defined. And honestly, when you look at them, the curls look okay. And they're going to try and disparage themselves so that other people can come in and say, no, but you look gorgeous, your curls came out perfect, you are the most amazing human being. So they're just trying to manipulate people into speaking better of them. In a situation where they would be average, they want to feel like they are over the top. So the third thing that a narcissist is going to do to try and get attention is that they're going to super promote themselves on social media. They will be big on selfies that capture their perfect side. They will want to show off certain outfits in certain poses that I think the word for this is maybe they thirst traps. Narcissists, female narcissists, and male narcissists, I'm sure as well. They like to post thirst traps so that people will just be drooling over their pictures and seeing how amazing they are, how otherworldly they are. And this is where it gets a bit strange, because all of us want to show our best side on social media, so it might be a bit hard to tell that someone is a narcissist using this one, because probably most people who like sharing their perfect selfies are they might either be actual narcissists or they'll have narcissistic tendencies. So like I say, they have to meet many other requirements for them to be deemed as narcissists. Narcissists will also interrupt conversations so that they can be the center of attention. They will speak over people. I hope that's not another thing. Yeah, so anyway, they will interrupt conversations. They will come into a setting where people are discussing something, and suddenly they will be more knowledgeable about it. They will have more experience about it. You're going to notice this in every sitting that the narcissist sits. There will have to be a lot of speaking extremely loudly or just straight up rudely cutting people off as they speak so that they can put in a point that they feel will make them the highlight of the conversation. Another thing that narcissists are going to do to try and get attention is that they will drop names, and this is all just bragging. I think it's an extrapolation to bragging. They're going to drop names. If they know any famous or influential people, they will always have to let you know, oh wow, by the way, today I was on the phone with so and so who holds a certain title. Yesterday I had a conversation with some prominent figure. Last month I got a compliment on my outfit from some famous person. It'll always be how they know great people, like they're trying to be famous and great by proxy, which is essentially the narcissist's true being. Another thing that they're going to do is they are going to just flirt indiscriminately, and this is the most disgusting aspect of a narcissist. It doesn't matter if they're in a serious relationship with you or with someone else, but they're just going to flirt with anyone and anything so that they can get this, I think, this certain thrill that comes with flirting with someone and having your flirtation given back to you, so to speak. And they're going to, and they are going to pretend that they're not doing anything wrong, like, oh wow, I was just making conversation, oh I just paid her a compliment, wow, I just thought that there will be an excuse every time, but what they're doing is they're flirting and they're actively trying to get this kind of sexually oriented attention. And along those very lines, they're also going to typically dress very provocatively. And this is one, I think, for the female narcissists, because Male narcissists will look good, they will have ironed clothes, they will match colors, they will just dress well. It's hard for a man, I think it's harder for a man to dress provocatively and still maintain a certain image. So I think male narcissists will just be sharply dressed, but they won't be over the top dressed in a way that just, wow, this is a bit hard to explain, but I think this is something that female narcissists are, it's one of the most, it applies to female narcissists the most. Wow, I'm so... Anyway, so they're also going to dress provocatively so that they get this, along the lines of thirst traps again, they get these sexual compliments and everyone wants to be with them and everyone is asking, hey, are you in a relationship? And they're not going to give direct answers to these questions unless there is just unavoidable evidence that they are in a relationship, in which case they're still not going to give anyone any straight indication that they don't intend to take things a step further than just flirting, because they want to like maximize on this attention that they're getting, so they will draw every last minute of life from it. Something else that narcissists are going to do to get attention is that they are going to manipulate situations so that they seem like the victim. This doesn't apply to all situations. It applies to situations in which the victim is typically going to be given affection, obviously attention, and there might be some special treatment in it as well. So the narcissist in this situation is going to be, wow, yeah, I have a bunch of stories from narcissists I've met. And one of them was really getting like out of line, so to speak. And we weren't even in a serious relationship at the time, but he was like, he wasn't giving me any space to breathe, essentially. He would go to places that he knew I would go, even though they weren't his type of place to be. And then when we bumped into each other, just claim, oh wow, what a coincidence, you're also here. And he would call me at all odd hours of the day and night. He would be wanting to know details about who I was with, what I was doing, and the rest of that. So it reached a point when I told him, hey, this all feels like too much too soon. Could we please like just take a break? I need space. And I think he realized that he'd pushed really hard. And I think this is something that's true for younger male narcissists. They try to do a lot really fast. As they get older, they get better at delaying their gratification, so they're going to love bomb you, but it's not going to be with as much force as younger male narcissists will. So anyway, yeah, this narcissist, when I started asking for space, and like I had to ask for this space for a few days, I think up to a week, I was just telling him we need to stop this, whatever we have. It doesn't feel right to me. And still I avoided that one, but ended up with a worse one. And then another one. There's just no end to this. So anyway, he started telling me stories about how he has, how, I don't even know how this story came into being, but he told me about how a childhood, and I hope this was a lie on his part for the sake of this friend who I hope was an imaginary friend. So he said that one day he was young, where he lived there was some kind of flood or situation like that, and he lost his best friend at a young age. He was carried away by the floods. This story was really unclear for me, and I tried to dig for details, but then I remembered that I'm trying to ask for space, and what he's doing is just making sure that I'm not going to be able to get the space that I want. So I didn't I didn't really push him as much as I should have if I really wanted the information. But in the end, he started saying that he was afraid that I would abandon him, and he would be alone, and he would feel the feelings that he felt when he lost his friend. And this is a story that I think I sound heartless for calling him out on this, because it seems like something personal and heartfelt. But knowing his other characteristics and the rest of his behaviors, I know that he was doing that because he knew that it will get him some pity from me at the very least, and I will keep entertaining him. Like, I will be telling him, no, I'm not going to abandon you like they abandoned you by dying. Honestly, man, I hope so anyway, I'll have to skip a few of these sections. So they're going to tell you about accidents that they had when they were younger, how they lost family members, how they lost a beloved pet. They will just try to do everything to earn your sympathy beyond a point that makes logical sense. And I think the red flag for this is that they're going to be willing to overshare on details that seem personal and that need a good amount of time to get comfortable before you start sharing with other people. And this may not be the best sign, because I think some people overshare and they're not narcissists. But again, if they meet the other requirements, prerequisites of a narcissist, then they probably are. If you feel like you're being forced to feel a certain way by someone based on the stories that they're telling you, then that's probably a sign that you're being manipulated. So enough about that. The final thing that narcissists will do to get attention is that they are typically very envious of other people, and they get jealous. And by the way, I had someone define the difference between jealousy and envy. They're apparently not the same thing, because jealousy is essentially wanting to have what someone else has. Like, you'll be jealous of someone's green dress, and so you will maybe try to steal it, or you look for a way to get a green dress like that of your own. And envy, on the other hand, is not necessarily wanting something that someone else has, but hating someone for having something that you don't have, and just feeling like they don't deserve it, they shouldn't have it. So in the case of a narcissist, they will be both jealous and envious, and they're going to be making statements like, this person didn't deserve to get that promotion, they're such idiots, that they don't take care of their appearances, why did they need to get that raise, why did they get a certain spouse, and stuff like that. And it's just going to be these episodes of envy and jealousy, they're going to lead to some degree of narcissistic rage, and most of the time it's going to be taken out on spouses, on children of the narcissist. So when things start to not go the way that the narcissist wants them to go, they will obviously always find someone to blame for it. And if someone else is getting something over them, like something that they feel they deserved more than this other person, it's going to trigger an episode of narcissistic rage. They will whine and complain and just be very big crybabies about how they deserved more than they got. Anyway, you get the point. They are just green-eyed red flag monsters that you need to stay away from. And that's all I have for today's video. In my next video, I'm going to tell you about how to deal with a narcissist trying to get attention from you if you can't get away from them. Like, if you have to live with them, you have to be able to deal with this nonsense of theirs essentially. So that's going to be my next video. And thanks for watching to this point. If you feel like I left out some narcissistic tactics for getting attention, or I was wrong about one or two of them, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to be more informed than I already am, and just stay safe. Honestly, the more you know, the better you can hopefully take care of yourself, your mental space. Don't allow narcissists into parts of your life that you can't reclaim really fast and like save from the damage that a narcissist can do to them. So this is it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, my subscribers. Thanks for everything. Just do me a favor and please don't give a narcissist attention that is going to cost you. Don't entertain them unless they're paying you to do that and you're their therapist, which honestly isn't going to be likely to happen anyway. I've started rambling, so let me finish my nails. Stay safe and see you on my next video. Goodbye.